But the bear. Yes.
This
Make me want Italian sandwiches.
Yeah, apparently it started a trend in Italian sandwiches.
I wanted cake and pastries from that dude.
Yeah.
Nah, he was tripping.
All of it
I'm
looks
sorry.
fucking
He
good.
actually kind of. I love the guy, but he pissed me off. That
Oh, yeah,
night,
he's
so.
a fuck up for sure.
I was
But-
like, bro,
Main
like,
character?
No, the guy making pastries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the restaurant was behind, and he was like, "Oh, check out this cool donut I made."
I was like, bro, we're
Very
fucking
nice.
busy. Yeah, what are you doing? Like,
Well, Marcos, this is your favorite show. You were the champion.
one of my favorite
You were the
shows.
champion from Cobra Kai, and then this one immediately.
Well, no, he's been watching Cobra Kai since.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Immediately it was Cobra Kai, and then when Bear came out, immediately you were the champion
When did you watch
for
it?
it.
So the bear, I have a friend named Nathan, and he pretty much champions, like, he either is really right or really wrong on everything. And so I was like kind of lukewarm on the bear because I was like, I can't trust your taste. Sometimes you're really good, sometimes you're really wrong. So like he'll do things like he's championing Avatar 2 right now. He thinks it's
What
going to
is
be
it?
a really great movie. Avatar 2.
I can't get on board with that.
No.
But he
Has
championed...
he seen it?
No. He just thinks it's going to be great.
I can't rock with it.
But he championed Top Gun so many times that he saw it like 6 times.
That's too many times.
I know that's too many times, but he is right. Top Gun is a
It's a
great
good
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Bear's
So
a good show.
yeah, The Bear is a really good show.
2
so,
out of 3.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know, like I'm kind of fuzzy about it. And then I watched the show, and then like in 10 minutes I was hooked.
Yeah.
I
It gets-
I did
two
the same
questions
thing.
for both of you guys, for all you guys.
Yeah.
Who here has worked at a restaurant, and who's here to watch Shameless?
Both.
And that's why.
I stopped watching Shameless.
Dude, no,
'cause
Shameless,
I
bro. Listen,
can't
let me
do
tell
it.
you, I forget the guy's actor's name. Please look it up for me, Marcos.
Yeah.
This is by far the most slept-on actor I've ever seen
Wilder
on
Jr.?
television. Is that his name?
The main character.
Dude, that's
No, he's
Gene
a great.
Wilder Jr.,
He
is
looks
that what
like
it's
Gene Wilder.
Somebody
Jeremy
called
Allen
him-
White.
Somebody
Jeremy
called
Allen
him the working man's Timothy Chalamet.
Jeremy Allen
Oh
White.
god damn!
He
Yeah,
is
that's accurate.
probably by far the most slept on television
great.
actor I've ever seen in my entire life, because no matter what role he plays, it's something about him always playing a character with anxiety.
He's ugly.
That hits me.
No, it makes you anxious.
I fucking,
Yeah.
It's
dude.
it's
And the
kind-
way this show is filmed does not help that at all.
No, it's because he's ugly handsome, and that ugly handsome is a good element for one, creating humanity with somebody,
Relatability.
and two, because he's super handsome.
Yeah.
He's a
but he's
good-looking
also
guy.
weird looking. It's like a Steve Buscemi type of thing. Not so bad.
Yeah.
but like he's able to when he's feeling emotion, his big bug eyes sell him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you're like, you look at his eyes and you go, oh, that guy looks like he has problems.
Throw a little sweat on his brow.
Throw a little sweat on his brow, but then he conducts himself with such grace and precision during
Yeah.
the show that the good look charm comes in as well.
Yeah.
So he's flirting between being a man and a monster, Jekyll Hyde type of thing the whole
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah.
He's at war with himself.
Right.
Yeah.
He's at war with
and
himself,
he
but he's
sells
also
that perfectly.
sells
He's
it.
trying to, but he's
Fantastic.
also trying to lead other people, and he
Yeah.
hates the fact when he gets pushback because he knows what he's doing. Yes, sometimes other people have good feedback to help run the restaurant based off tradition, based on what they're used to. I totally get that. At the same time, he's like, I need to keep us afloat. I have every bill and maintenance issue
yeah.
and cleanliness and like rating
Just
for
need
everything.
you to do what I tell you.
I just need y'all to listen and do your fucking job.
It's his
And, like,
cousin, right? That,
and his bro,
God
the
damn.
cousin, bro.
who also in Andor. It
Is
threw
he?
me
Oh,
off.
he
It threw
is,
me off.
yeah.
I was like, I go, wait, he was introduced earlier? Oh no, shit, that guy's in fucking
Yeah.
the bear as cousin. It's not even real
So
cuisine, whatever,
I
that's
forget.
Italian.
I forget what episode it was, but I think Marcos, you might know what episode I'm
I
talking
just
about.
rewatched it, so yeah.
There's a certain episode towards the later half where it's when they start doing online orders.
Oh yeah, it's in
And
the middle.
That's at the end. That's the
second to last, I
second to
think.
last
episode. Yeah.
But that freak out was I've heard that sound in my dreams because of how hard I've worked at a restaurant where it's
Yeah.
just like zzz, 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 zzz.
That's all you hear.
Yeah.
I almost had a panic attack watching the show because I lived there. My heart's racing now. I've been there. I've done that. I've worked those nights in
That's what it
restaurants.
feels like.
It feels like. I'm
Yeah.
like, because like in you're watching the TV show. If you worked at a restaurant, you're looking at these orders. You're hearing these orders. You're watching the corner. Watch out. I need this. This
You
is
have to be
like,
so alert.
You gotta be so alert.
Yeah.
And I'm listening and watching this. I'm like, this is stressing me out, and I'm not working there.
This isn't a real play.
and inversely, Marcos, how did you sell the show to me?
Oh, I was so when I got to that part, because I know I would relate to it. Because first of all, just real quick on this note before I answer Sam's question, this dude that ends up playing the maintenance guy looks like the most back of house cook. Like,
That's hilarious. He's an actual cook.
oh, of
Yeah,
course,
he's great. Like he's a whole food personality. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, he's like disgusting, but but he makes delicious
He
food.
makes great fucking.
Is
That's
he,
what he knows.
is he wearing the suspenders? That guy, same guy? He's all tatted up, right?
Yeah.
No, he's the maintenance guy in this show,
No,
not the
I'm
cook.
talking about in his YouTube
In real
channel.
life, yeah.
Oh, real, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think my
But,
sister loves him. My other sister.
Yeah, no, I saw him on like Hot Ones years ago, and I started like following
Yeah.
him on shit.
But he looks like the most back of house employee. Like the dudes that make your food in fancy restaurants, that's what they look
he's
like.
also the consultant on the show too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
he's
explains a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's a meme out there where it's like you're drinking out of like to-go cups and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like a giant one. It's like now we know this dude, like whoever wrote the show worked at the back of the house for
Yeah.
them to film that scene.
Oh yeah, like he yells at the guy all the time. He
Yeah,
said,
Manny
yeah.
Madison's definitely the guy my sister super loves.
Yeah,
on
Manny.
YouTube.
Yeah, Manny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
But
guy's legit.
Yeah.
I thought that Sam would relate to this show a lot because it was just like the whole idea of trying to keep a ship afloat and people hearing all these different
Yeah,
opinions and all this other
you have to
stuff.
relate to that.
Yeah, I was like, and then the freak out of just because Sam freaks out almost exactly like Jimmy Allen White of like, just shut up,
Not so hard.
yeah,
that hard.
But there's the moment that hooked me at the beginning was like, it was actually a smaller moment where I was feeling like that character. And then he's talking to who's the young girl that gets
Sydney?
Sydney,
yeah.
Talking to Sydney in the back, and she's giving him feedback, and he's like, "Look, I just need you to do it my way." And he kind of rude to her, and then she's kind of upset about
That's
it.
the third episode.
Yeah, and so they go in the
That's
back.
the health inspector episode.
No, well, yes, but the more important part is that she makes a whole pamphlet of
Yeah.
stuff, and it's less. You could cut down on your worker costs by
gotta
just
listen
following
to all
this. You could install to go, and he's like, we're not set up for to go. And it's like if you go to this page, there's nothing but drawings, and it's a
he
great
just
idea.
completely pushes
and,
it.
and he's just like, I get it. I understand you're putting in the work, but I need this to operate as it is right now. But then she's like, you have great ideas. I read through it. It's good ideas. And she's like, yeah, he goes, I'm sorry, I was a little bit off. And then he says this, and maybe you should listen to your boss every once in a while. And I was just like, I'm like not your guys' boss, but like
Not even remotely close.
but maybe fucking listen to me once in a
yeah.
while. Like
As
that
a
was
friend, I'll listen
like, but
to
that's the thing. Like maybe listen to me once in a while because you have great ideas.
Yeah.
But I have to run this the way it has to be run.
Yes.
And so when it gets to the end where he's being cool with everybody, trying to understand everyone's stuff, trying to manage everybody, and he's freaking out about the orders because people didn't do this is this, and then that guy comes to him with the cake. He's like, I made this cake. And then he goes, if this is what he says, he quiets down, he goes, you're fucking with me right now. You're really fucking with me. And he slaps it out of his hand. And he's like, and then when he's at the station, get the fuck out of my station. Get the fuck out of my station. I've done a microcosm of that where the computer's not working with equipment wise, and I'm refreshing it. And it's not working. And you guys keep talking at me like, hey, why don't you try this? And I'm just like, shut the fuck up and get out of my station. And I was like, yes.
Sammy, when you work a Friday or Saturday night at a restaurant, or Lord forbid, Mother's Day, and somebody does some shit like that where nothing's done, but we need this thing, that is how that feeling. I'm telling you right now.
That's very accurate. This show was sold to me as Chef meets Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
And that's what made me watch it because I
Yeah.
kept hearing hype. And yeah, my friend was like, "Yeah, no, it's Chef meets Requiem for a Dream." I'm like, sold.
And for me, what's so accurate about the show, like I'm telling you, if you work, and I will not get off the soapbox about this point. If you work at any type of restaurant chain ever, any kind of high quality, low quality, does not matter. This is the most accurate representation.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
you know my favorite movie or show was? My favorite movie was for restaurants back in the day. What's the one Ryan Reynolds?
Waiting.
Waiting
Was accurate as
Waiting
fuck.
was
Yeah.
so accurate.
It was accurate as shit.
And then I watched this. I'm like, dude, back of the house shit. This is literally what it is. Because every personality, every single character is every restaurant ever. Because the chick or there's always the person who's trying to like sabotage everybody and make them feel bad. There's always like Sydney. Dude, Sydney pissed me off so much because there's always that person who wants to give ideas, who has opinions, who tries to make points.
Like, do your fucking job, please.
But she cannot execute being a leader.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell the boss what to do, but you yourself cannot be the boss.
Yeah.
You're trying to make these suggestions, make these changes. You can't even tell people how to run the restaurant.
Yeah.
So you need to quiet down.
You can't tell people the shit I'm telling you to tell
you
them.
can't. And that's what's crazy to me. Yes, you have the people who like are trying to do, who are not on task, that weigh us back. We need certain things. We're fucking around with something else. It's like, that's not important right now. We're in the weeds. We're behind. We are swamped, right? This needs to get done. Or people who kind of screw up the health inspection. Because, again, that cigarette was the dumbest, silliest. I'm like, dude.
What ended up being Hay that fucked up the thing.
Yeah.
So, this show is so good.
That being
Very
said,
true.
the ending was a little messy. I was like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? I lost track of this entire thread. And then I had to look it up, and I'm like, that barely makes sense.
The money in the cans?
Well, just all of it. Just the resolution.
Spoiler, but like they'll probably get to the second season because I don't know what he had going on debt-wise with whoever, but that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how he got the money, we don't know where the money came from, but that's what it is.
That sets you up for next season.
But I still want to know why he offed himself.
Oh, his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, depression.
But
Yeah, they live in
but
Chicago.
but some certain points have triggers or that last
He
straw.
was a legit alcoholic with a failing sandwich shop, man. While his brother was succeeding
with
in
all
one of the finest restaurants in the
with
world.
all the money in those cans.
And also miserable.
Well, no, because that was like debt money, it looked like. Because the thing is, it looked like it added up to what he owed. And that he was able to not only pay off what he owed, but then a little bit more. But like, he had the mob after him, clearly. And he also was a fucking alcoholic.
The way the mob works, they would collect the money from somebody in the family.
Well, the mob is the chillest mob in the TV show.
Well, the family. They're like legit family.
It's 2022. Like the mob ain't what it once
No,
was.
but they're legit family, like close family to each other.
That
So
looked
it's
like at least like $500,000.
well, that's why he was. That's why he was like, "Why did you lend him the money?" He's like,
I mean, I'm kind
"Bada
of
bing, bada boom."
I'm kind of laughing a little.
Wow, that's
Because the
Yeah, no
last,
shit.
I didn't get to rewatch the whole series for this, but I was just like, I need to remind myself why the show is great. And the last episode that I got to was when they're hosting they're catering the kid's birthday party, and they end up putting Xanax in the kid's ecto cooler, and then like instead of being pissed off, it's like, no, I kind of like that everyone.
He's like, "I guess it's nap time."
Bro, all them kids, I was worried of them kids dropped like a board. Like they dropped like nothing. I was like,
As they lie.
But I mean, it literally like the scene earlier, because I mean that's not something I never had to deal with because I never worked at Peter Piper's or
Other
kids things.
opening other people's presents.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Why are they opening these other kids' presents?
But he's like, please help me in here. It's fucking terrible. And then it's just like, of course he was happy they took Xanax and just
Oh
fucking
yeah,
passed out.
it makes sense. That's what I love. I love that they even did that.
Marcos, let me
so
ask you
funny.
this: Do you think the brother-in-law is that bad?
The brother-in-law.
They treat him like
Army?
They treat him like Jerry.
No,
from,
Jerry. Oh yeah.
yeah.
They treat him
No,
like-
you know what? No, what it is because I may or may not have some experience with this. It's because it seems inauthentic or inorganic to try to get into their thing when that's their thing that they've been in for so long.
Yeah.
Him trying to be like, I like food. Be my friend. It's like, no, you don't. You're not a part of that part of our world. You can belong in other places, but you're not a part of this. And someone trying to butt into that part,
Yeah.
it's super unwelcome and it's super not genuine
way he comes-
until he helps them genuinely.
Yeah.
And then they're able to build a relationship off that genuine connection.
But the way he comes off is kind of like, well, why would his sister marry him in the first place?
happens.
Why is his
It
whole
happens a
identity his wife and her family?
Because it's
Can I-
cool.
Can I please, real quick, Elijah? Man, you gotta get the fuck out of Indiana, brother. This is basic life shit, and you're like, I don't understand.
If that's basic life for Texas,
is.
I don't need to
That's
be
basic
here.
life
There's
everywhere.
a lot of wounded,
Everywhere.
traumatized adults here. I get a lot of people are traumatized. But
Me
I'm
and
like,
you gotta talk. I need to know where you came.
Elijah.
Indiana. Apparently we got to
Indiana, yeah.
Apparently we got to go to the Midwest to be
Let
well
me-
adjusted.
Fuck,
Let me-
I don't want to do that.
Let me
it's 54 degrees there right now. It's not funny.
Let me disappoint
good.
you. Let me disappoint you real quick, and just see if you can put this together. This is a statistic I learned back in the day. It may be out of tune now, but back in my era, this was true. The higher educated a Latina got in education wise, so PhD, masters, all that stuff, the more likely she was to marry a lower income white guy.
How does that math work?
It doesn't make sense. But your brain goes, oh, the more money you make, you're gonna just find an equally talented
course.
partner, right? that's not the case according to the statistics. What I'm saying is people will mismatch relationships for different weird reasons that can be calculated or not.
But he makes money.
No, but he makes money, and she has some sort of career, but like she's a part of her name's on the deed of a family business that's going under.
Yeah.
So there's an element of her family that is from the underbelly,
And
right? So like, but like so that thing of like she has this real hard edge to herself,
Yeah.
and he's such a softie that connects for some people. It doesn't matter. Shit like that happens a lot.
I see. So relationship dynamic wise, I see that point. But him trying so hard to be a part of the family, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. But like they play him like he has no friends, and this is his whole identity.
Exactly.
Of like, I'm gonna be a part of this.
Yeah, some people
like
that's
that.
the case.
Yeah.
That they have they have a family that's close because obviously John Bernthal's that character brought that family together. That guy could very well not have a family he goes to and wants to be a part of a vibrant family full of culture and history and food.
But
Very easily would hunger for that.
So again, like here's another issue I have with She-Hulk. That's with that character. You're not that self-aware that you can't pick up the hints and social cues of other people saying that you were kind of awkward. We don't want you around.
No, that's not how She-Hulk is.
Well, no,
She-Hulk's just unable to find companionship.
Well, no, I feel like She-Hulk. She does like weird socially. Like when she was hanging out with the other lawyer lady. Is it,
She's just nervous about.
She's
she looks
goofy.
up to her.
which is fair, but like at the same time, though, not to go back to She-Hulk, it's like there's certain things where you just kind of got to play it safe and not read too much into it, not to be super awkward.
No,
like,
but that's not that's people. That's not movies.
yeah.
That's not TV. That's not entertainment.
People do that
She's
all the
goofy.
time.
Fair.
You've met goofy people. I've met.
Yeah.
We were part of a fandom.
Yes,
We've met goofy people.
we met some really good
Exactly.
people.
Just because she's pretty doesn't mean she can't be goofy.
But I also like for me when I'm around those people, like I really know how to play it off to like make it seem not awkward.
it's hard to when they're in your family.
Oh,
You have to be around them, and you don't have a choice.
Hey, that's a good point. That's a great ass point.
You have to be around them, and you have to love
It
them.
wears thin pretty quick.
That's
Right.
a good point.
Yeah.
So just to go back to the bear, just sell this show because it's the hardest sell. I understand.
not.
It's not.
No. It's hard to sell to an average person. Like, he hasn't watched it.
If he puts it on for 5 minutes, he'll.
Yes,
watch the
you
whole
got to
thing.
put it on for
Yeah,
5 minutes, though. That's
true.
the problem.
That
It's
is-
a show about cooking, so that's going to lose a lot of people.
Actually, cooking is really
I
popular.
feel like that would like bring
Shows
people
that
in.
are not fictional about cooking do
Chef
well.
is great.
So
Chef show and Chef the movie is great.
Not
I
fiction?
know food television.
I'm
is
just
the
saying,
most
a lot of
popular
people
genre on
watch
television.
A lot of people watch the Great Big British Cook-Off. Not a lot of people actually watch.
Dude, I remember Iron Chef being like the biggest show when I was a
Dude,
kid.
no,
A lot of people
Mark-
watch
Yeah,
shows about real
competition
cooking.
shows, yeah.
Not a lot of people watch a fictional show.
But what this show does right away is it presents delicious looking food and shot beautifully, and you go, "Oh, is this a show about food?"
I'm not sure it's shot beautifully at first.
It opens with a really good
'Cause
sequence.
It's Chicago, so it's not shot.
Kitchen's dirty.
Yeah. but you literally walk in, it's like, this place is terrible.
no,
Yeah.
but it looks like fancy diners, drive-ins, and dives. We've seen disgusting
It
places.
looks.
Yeah.
It made
Guy
me want
Fieri
those
wearing a
sandwiches.
frilly shirt in a greasy fucking oven, and it's like, oh, this place makes good food. We have a grounding for
time.
that.
Yeah.
We have a
But-
grounding for nasty places doing that. And then as it goes along, and it goes to that fancy restaurant and does some of that mise en place shit. And
I'm just saying,
plating shit.
compared to the other shows on this list, there's no dragons, there's no sci-fi. Like, it's
not sexy.
that's what I mean. That
Right.
it's a little bit harder of a
He
show.
is kind of.
You're right though.
The
Yeah.
bear is.
but
Because I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. But once you get in the first 10 minutes, it's just like, oh, here's your 20 pounds of meat. And he's like, no, I ordered 200. It's like, that's not how much money you gave me. So here's 25 pounds.
Make it work.
So he spends the next 10 minutes just trying to scavenge. And it's like, oh, when's the last time the video games were emptied? Gets money from there, sells some jackets, like does whatever he can.
Hustling.
Why does my brother buy
Hustling, that's the key word.
why does my brother buy the small cans when the bigger cans are cheaper by volume? Like shit like that. Where
Yeah.
it's like, what? Okay.
That you again, that's not selling anybody, but
Yeah.
you would have to watch it and you would totally get it.
Like,
you're in it. You're in it with them.
Once
Yeah.
you're in it and you're seeing this person that's just like, I just want shit to work.
Yeah.
As he's looking at
wanna
bills
see it
being,
too.
yeah, as he's seeing bills over like stacked high on his desk, and he's
Yeah.
like, how the fuck am I going to get money to open today?
Also, to say fuck Rogue One, it took them 6 minutes to make me like everybody in that kitchen.
I don't know how we got there.
No,
That was a drive.
No.
Why did you come at the wrong
No,
one?
because I knew everybody in that kitchen how they were in like in a 6-minute shot where he's like, I'm the captain now, and he's like, hey, that's mean, and he's like, that was good, right? And they hug and they're like cool with each other. The little Puerto Rican lady, right? Like she was like just piping off, calling him Jeff, calling him Jeff, right?
I was about to say, like, I didn't like everyone in the bear right off the bat. Like,
you didn't really?
Fuck
no.
Everybody was super interesting and likable in that opening scene.
They're interesting.
Not likable.
They're not likable.
No.
I like how they're unlikable.
We didn't even know there's 2 Hispanic kitchen guys until like episode 4.
Well, no, those are the dishwashers. Nobody cares about them.
Right, but they were in the back.
No, that's why I laughed at that. Because like, wait, do you guys really not care about dishwashers enough to not put them in the show until 4 episodes in?
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
Dishwashers like the most like kind of not recognized
You
people.
forget that.
Right, but that's how the show presented it, and I knew that
That's
because they weren't
restaurants.
introduced.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know who they were, and they just did silly nonsense.
It
Restaurant
ain't personal.
They
It's
peeked
just
their head up twice in the whole show, and they're like, "Hey, can you help us?" Cool, and they just left
In
back into the
in
dungeon.
real life, dishwashers are where you stick the people that are terrible at everything.
Or criminals.
Yeah.
It's
That's fine.
busboy and dishwasher.
Busboy and criminals.
Yeah, it's like they're not charismatic enough to be in the front of the house, nor are they skilled enough to actually cook. So you stick them
Like
like
dishwasher.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Listen. You Sammy, when it comes to dishwashing, there's 2 things you do, right? You grab
I know
the
hose.
hose and you spray that shit.
Like a motherfucker.
And it's like a mother. You spray that shit, that conveyor, you push it on down, you pull that lever, and that's it. That's all you got. You got to do 2
beautiful.
things, and that's it. That's it. You're done. That's it.
It's the easiest job you could do.
Swear to God.
and then random defending of Rogue One. It opens up with the dad defending his family. Like I don't understand.
In a beautifully shot scene.
Yes, in a
Lovely
beautifully
shot.
shot,
I don't
like
get it
samurai-esque
either, man.
type scene. I
Yeah,
don't
he
understand,
just
but
hates
whatever.
it.
He has beef with the Darth Vader scene for some reason. I don't understand why.
It kills the whole movie for him, apparently.
That's the end of the movie. It shouldn't be.
It was tacked on. Like, it wasn't even
You guys,
fan service.
you guys will learn one day.
But there are some great
I pray
characters in The
that you
Bear.
do.
It's a very special story. So, like, this is one of those stories of, yes, there's an additive of a restaurant. Yes, there's an additive of a dynamic as far for a small business. But it's watching a main character overcome adversity, which is the very foundation of a lot of shows we like to watch, right? Man versus society or man versus world, whatever. And so when it comes to this, it's seeing somebody overcome problems in the most creative, hustling way possible, and that is true Chicago. That is true city life, period.
Yeah.
Seeing that happen and watching him, like Schmarkle was saying, like, all right, I gotta sell, bro. I've never seen somebody sell fucking jeans out of a truck. Selling jeans out of a truck. That was a new one to me.
Denim, get it?
like,
You're right.
This jean doesn't have any rivets because it's from World War II. You should know this. Blah blah blah. I was like, dude, I'm learning shit.
I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
writing this shit down.
But the fact that you own that, I'm like, you're selling this shit? That's worth value.
Also, one more thing.
Yeah.
I like the element of gentrification.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
the cousin is like, it's like on the back of his neck. He's like, it's just not the way things used to fucking be. I hate the world is changing. It sucks. I love how they play because he's an asshole. He's trying though.
Yeah.
But he's right. That pasta is probably trash compared to that sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And then then he has mafiosos out front to protect the block or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna go shoot him.
Oh, that was one of the funniest
That was
scenes when
right.
he comes out and shoots. It's also episode 1 where he's like, "Hey, you fucking nerds, get in line."
Right.
Also, I hate litter. Please do not litter in my fucking restaurant.
What's funny was that like when Jeremy went out there to like calm things down. He started getting his ass beat, and then his cousin shot the gun. And he's like, "Cousin, get over here!" And before he got up, he's like, "Elbow." Oh, that's petty, but I love it.
Oh, I know you. That's your favorite city, so yeah.
I do love Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.